Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of Actuaries Speaks, a podcast powered by Jai Hind College, where we dive into the world of actuarial science to inspire and educate aspiring professionals. Hi, my name is Rachita, your host for today, a passionate student and an advocate for actuarial careers. Today, we are very excited to have Mr. Kartik from Kandoi and Company, who is a gold medalist actuary, a founder of Kandoi and Company, and a council member of Institute of Actuaries of India. With over 15 years plus of experience and a chartered accountant by qualification. So, Mr. Kartikey specializes in employee benefits and runs a thriving actuarial fund. Mr. Kartikey, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Archita, for inviting, and it's pleasure to be here. And very happy to see that Jai Hind College is taking this initiative on the actuarial awareness. Thank you very much.
Great to have you, sir. Let's jump right in. First, can you share your scope of practicing as an actuary in India looks like today, especially with your experience in running Kandoi and Company?
Yes, so mainly in the actuarial practice, we provide services related to employee benefits, which requires actuarial valuations because employee benefits there are certain long-term liabilities for which accounting standard is there in India, which requires the provision of the same to be done as per the actuarial valuation.
Okay.
So, as a practicing actuary, we do these calculations and provide how much expense company needs to provide for in the books of accounts for these long-term employee benefit liabilities, including
Mhm.
gratuity, leave encashment, long service award, employee stock options, pensions, etc.
Okay. That sounds very fascinating for someone starting out like you. What steps would you recommend to get into this profession and challenges, a one would be facing?
Yeah, so when any student wants to get into the actuarial profession, first thing they need to be clear about that this is a course which requires lot of mathematics and statistics as we study and as we work. This is number one. Second, they should be ready to learn the new aspects because these are not the aspects which we may have learned in the school. For example,
Correct.
in the actuarial study, we also use and see how they are used, these calculations. So,
Yeah.
students should be ready to adapt to the change and learn the new things. This is number one. Number two, in actuarial study, it may be possible that student can face some failure. It may be possible during the course of the journey. So
Very
they
true.
should not have a setback due to that. They should learn what are the errors they have done. From that, they should be ready to adapt in that as well. Yes.
True. So this is very insightful. Who do you think should consider actuarial science as a career or an alternative to a traditional 9 to 5 job that people are doing? What kind of individuals would thrive in this field?
Yeah. So see again, there is no such specific one answer that whether it will be 9 to 5 job or what will be the timings, etc. But any student who is interested in the mathematics and have a love with the numbers, they should definitely try and get into this profession. The reason is this profession is very niche and very unique. Let's say the number of actuaries in India today, it is only approximately 700. So due to that, there is a demand supply gap. The number of actuaries required are much high in the field of employee benefits, insurance, as well as other risk management areas which are opening up in the sector like banking, etc. So any professional who is, let's say, after 12th or any post qualification professional also, for example, any CA, CS, MBA or IIT candidate also can get into this course. So they can use this as another second qualification.
True. Finally, since you are both a CEO and an actuary, do you find any specific benefit in having these two qualifications together?
Yeah, see, this is very important question. So, as I have both sides of the accounting and actuarial as a knowledge. See, these actuarial concepts are mainly used in the finance. So, when we have both knowledge on the accounting and actuarial, it becomes easy to explain to the audience and the users of these actuarial numbers that how they will impact the financial statements, and if we change any particular parameter or the assumption in the actuarial valuation, how it will impact the financial position of the company. So it becomes very important that sometimes I see that as a CA plus actually it gives an advantage over
Yes.
the only the actuarial knowledge, because we
Mm.
can see both side of the accounting and the actuarial part.
So, moving on to rapid fire questions. That was quite a lot of wisdom. Let's shift to a fun filled rapid fire to wrap
Okay.
things up. Are you ready?
Yeah, sure. I would love to see the surprise.
Okay. So, first, best advice for a new actor.
So, best advice is be consistent and listen to your mind, and whatever first you have to decide that yes, you are into actuarial field and you have to stick to it. No option to leave it back. So, that is the best advice I can give to students.
Correct. So great. Next part of what is the favorite part of running your own firm?
So, since I have my own firm, the best part is I can take my own decision. So,
Mm.
at decision making and flexibility in terms of uh, like staff or how to operation, when to what kind of assignments to accept or reject. So, all these decision making gives a great flexibility. So, that is one part I really like.
Okay. Quick one. The most underrated skill of an actuary.
So, one maybe most underrated skill can be, let's say, the communicating the technical stuff to the non-technical audience, because the you again the users of actuarial advice will be explaining that in a appropriate manner can be sometime become an underrated skill. So we
Okay.
also work on that.
Interesting. So one book you would recommend to an aspiring actuary?
So, as such, there is no single book to recommend, but see, as a student, if one is a student, they should be knowing well with their actuarial books, which is there in the syllabus. If one is a professional, after let's say the qualification, then if you are in your practice area, then we should also read the basis for conclusion documents, which comes along with the accounting standards. Because if you are practicing on any accounting standard we all read, but there is a document on the basis for conclusion which is given by the IFRS organization, that also we should read and learn as a part of the actuarial practice.
Okay. Last one. So any fun fact about your actuarial journey?
Yeah, so there was one good fun fact that when I started the actuarial journey, I failed in the entrance exam, and
Oh.
that was the first set of the entrance exam. Then I thought I should not give this exam further, but then one of my student pursued me to give it again. So I passed that exam and he failed. So unfortunately, there is no third friend who can support that second one. So that's the fun fact. And since then, I also became one of the youngest and quickest actually. So see again, see, failure in any exam should not deter you from giving the exam. So we should learn from the mistakes what we have done. So that's all I can say and relate to that part.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing all your insights with us on Actuaries Speaks. Your journey and your expertise and your suggestions were truly inspiring. We hope this is encouraging more and more students to join in and explore the career in actuarial science. Until next time, this is your host, Archita signing off from Jai Hind College. Keep learning, stay connected. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you and best wishes to all the listeners. Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.